Hello guys, it is Sunday. It's been a while since I've sat over here and vlogged. I look and feel like I've been run over by a truck. I'm just holding this because it's really annoying me. Is that okay? Stay. Yeah, so Friday we went for a little walk around High Force, which is over like West Way. Yeah, so we went for a little walk on that day, which was nice. And then yesterday I made myself this really nice pesto pasta for tea, and then I just had like a ham and cucumber wrap with some eggs. I think I had a bag of crisps as well yesterday, but yesterday I couldn't really film because it was my first like shift at work, like proper shift that isn't training. So I was out for 16 hours. In the car, and there was another carer in my car with me because I was like the designated driver for that day. So I didn't really film yesterday. I also did not go to the gym yesterday. I'm going to class that as my rest day, but I was very, very active. Obviously, if you work in care or anything like that, you'll know what I'm talking about. But this morning, like I say, I'm just aching everywhere. But I am going to go to the gym. We also need to do a food shop quite desperately. Yeah. It's 11:05, I'm still in my pyjamas. I did wake up at like 9:30, but it's Sunday. It's accepted, it's acceptable, doesn't matter. Still got my watch on. But yeah, so that is the last couple of days. What I did learn about working in the community is that you don't really get breaks. So in terms of eating food, it's just as and when you can between calls. You are supposed to get like a proper break, to be fair, like you do kind of, you know, but calls don't tend to last the amount of time that they're supposed to, and you end up in places for longer, and it just eats into your break time. So yeah, it's just as and when you can, shovel a bit of food in your mouth before you go to the next one. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, but it was good. But yeah, so today hopefully back to regular filming. We shall see. I'm kind of I'm trying to work out what I'm going to do for like the rest of the week after the 75 soft challenge, because obviously this week is like the last 5 or so days, but I might just continue filming to like the end of a full week and then just upload that, just because, you know, it's Monday. I really need to get better at filming this for this last week. Basically yesterday, because so after my first shift at work I was absolutely wiped out. I slept most of the day yesterday, which means that I didn't actually eat a proper meal. Like I just picked at bits from the fridge. We did go food shopping, but I just had things like yogurts. What else did I have? Just random bits. So I didn't actually have a full meal, which is wild. But this morning I've got some omelette and some sausages for my breakfast. We're actually heading to Manchester today, so I don't know what's on the agenda for food wise, but yeah, so I'm gonna try my hardest to keep filming properly, but we know how this usually goes. I can only apologise. I can really only apologise. It is Wednesday. But I'm back with my omelette. This is like a lunch. I've had a super busy morning. It's 2:30 now. I've actually just had a new door fitted for the front of my house, and that took like all morning. So yeah, I'm gonna have my omelette, my pudding. This, as you've just seen, has got some mozzarella cheese and some ham in it. And then I might also have a banana because I'm feeling particularly peckish today. I am planning on going to a body combat class that starts at, I think, 6:10. So I'm going to go to that. Not really sure what else is going on. Don't know what I'm having for tea yet. This week has been just mad in the sense that I've been all over the place, like location. I've been very busy. It's been a mad one. So I can only apologise for the lack of like food style content, but I can promise you that as this challenge is ending this week, let me just check. I'll be giving the full results in this video as well, and telling you a little bit about what I've learned and things, so it'll not just be here's a couple of my meals and that's it, do you know what I mean? But for now, it's an omelette with a protein pudding and a banana. Just finished the body combat class. Dear me, I am sweating, and I forgot to take my makeup off before I went. So now, like, my face feels sticky. Do you know when, like, oh no, I hate working out with makeup. Anyway, I had one of the G Fuels before I started. I decided to switch up because I had like a lot of the fruit punch one last week. And I decided to go for one of the little sachets, and this was the strawberry and banana one. I've got to say, it was very, very nice. So yeah, I did actually get a few questions off that regarding caffeine content. So in one of the scoops of G Fuel, it contains 140 milligrams of caffeine, which I think like the safe amount of caffeine for a person in a day is like 400, so it's not too bad. But a lot of like energy drinks in general contain caffeine and sugar, whereas this doesn't have sugar in it. So yeah, but that was a good boost before I started. I'm so out of breath. I need to go home, have a shower, take my makeup off because I'm dying to get this off my face, and then I'm going to make some tea, see what I've got in the fridge and in the cupboards, and see what we can muster up for tonight. Good evening. So for my tea tonight, we've just gone for some chicken and chips. There is some ketchup in the living room that I'm going to have with it. I'm currently watching the Man City match. It's not going the best. But yeah, so this is my tea for tonight. I'm also just making my lunches for the next 2 days because I am working long shifts for Thursday and Friday, so I'm just getting them sorted. I'm just doing like a pesto pasta again, and then ham and cheese wraps for like my lunch. And then I've also packed some grapes in the top with these Benefit bars that I get from Aldi, so hopefully that'll keep me nice and full for my shifts, maybe, when I get the chance to eat. But yeah, this is my tea for tonight. Right, I've just very quickly managed to get home on my lunch break. Sometimes we don't get this opportunity, but my next call isn't until 4 o'clock. I think maybe someone might have cancelled. It's 2 o'clock now. So yeah, I'm gonna have my lunch here. I've just got some grapes that I put in the top. And then a cheese and ham wrap, which has been very much squashed. One thing I would say about these boxes is that other than like the bottom container, these aren't very big. So like the wraps and things, you have to like force it in. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm gonna have my wrap and my grapes, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do for the next couple of hours. Hopefully it won't be too far away for the next one. Hang on. Oh god, that looks like a right wedge of cheese, doesn't it? Did I really put that much cheese in? Apparently. Wow. It didn't look like that much when I was putting it in last night, but never mind. So yeah, I'm gonna have my wrap, and I'll check in with you maybe a little bit later on after I finish my shift. Who knows? We finished it! Yes! 75 days are done. I know I haven't really filmed much of my food and exercise this week, but we did it. We actually did it. I actually can't believe it. Very, very close to giving up, so near the end, but I powered through and we've done it. We have done it. I don't really know what to talk about now. Obviously I'll share my results. I did actually pop a question and answer box up on my Instagram a few days ago so that you guys could ask any questions that you might have about the challenge, how I found it, or just anything you want to know. So I thought we could spend this portion of the video going through that. In that, I'm hoping to share kind of my lessons learned, what I have found during this whole thing. So very excited. I'm just going to go through. I got a lot of questions. Quite a few of them were the same. So I'm going to go through like the most commonly asked ones and do that. So yeah, I'm like a little bit lost for what to do, like where to start with this. So I thought, I mean, let's just get in straight with the question. So first question, has this made you want to do 75 hard at all? I think that is a resounding absolutely not. To be fair, like the 75 soft, I've had a couple of silly people through it saying that I'm being a little bit lazy, not doing the 75 hard, blah blah blah. But 75 hard, I think, is just so unrealistic. Although this is labelled the 75 soft challenge, I didn't really see it as like I basically wanted a little bit of a platform, a little bit of a kind of space to try and improve my everyday lifestyle. So a lot of people will probably do 75 hard or even 75 soft purely for the weight loss results. Although weight loss was a part of it, I didn't want it for that. I wanted it to be a way of me changing my life for the better. And I don't think 75 hard is something that I would find achievable. I think personally for me, doing 2 forms of exercise a day, not drinking alcohol at all, I don't think it's sustainable for a lifestyle change. So 75 hard is definitely not on my list of things to do, and I don't think it ever will be. I think if I were to try it, I'd probably do a week. I wouldn't do 75 days, absolutely not. Yeah, 75 soft has probably been the right way to get on, like the way that I've done it. What was your go-to 45-minute exercise on the harder days? So for me, I feel like those days where I wasn't really motivated to go to the gym, that would be when I went to a class. So for me, doing cardio of any kind on my own doesn't really work out. It really doesn't. I don't put in as much effort as I should. I just don't want to do it. But at the classes, I'm like forced to, and I actually really, really enjoy them. So on the harder days where I was less motivated, the class would be what it is, because it starts at a certain time and you have to be there at that time, and then the class doesn't finish for like 45-50 minutes. And I feel like it kind of pumped me to like work a bit harder, because obviously you're in a class full of people. I mean, obviously I worked out of my own ability. I stopped in some of them and like got my breath, and because they are pretty hardcore, the classes, but that was probably my go-to for when I was a little bit less motivated. Staying on the subject of the classes, what was your favourite class at the gym? Me and my girlfriend like Body Combat. Same. Body Combat is probably the only class that I started like pretty much at the start of the 75 soft challenge, and I still do now. I did try the step class and Zumba and body conditioning, and as much as they're okay, like they're not my go-to classes. Body Combat is definitely the thing that I will probably continue to do as like a not a non-negotiable, but if I were to pick a class, it would be a Body Combat class, because they were just so good. I just really enjoyed it. What was the most challenging part of the challenge for you? So this is gonna be probably not what you expect, but the reading 10 pages. One of my lessons learned, I would say, was that I do not like reading unless I'm on holiday. Not my thing, really not my thing. I really had to force myself to pick up the book and read. Like I really did. I mean, as much as I was like kind of enjoying the books and I did learn a lot from them, it's just not something that I like think, oh, I want to go and read. Just isn't. Unless I was doing this challenge or a challenge which involved reading, no. Just not for me, really isn't. So that was actually the most challenging part. I think most people would expect it to be and to do with food or exercise or something like that, but honestly, it was the reading. It really was. Would you do it again? Maybe. I don't know. I kind of feel like, because I don't see it as a challenge anymore, like after, I want to say, the 2nd or 3rd week, the habits had formed, and because, like I said, I wanted this to be a lifestyle, I don't think that I would do it as a challenge again, but I'm continuing to do certain habits that I've picked up from that. So my classes, for example, I'll continue to do those. I've got like a bunch of meals in my mind, which like I know that I like and that are healthy. So like, I guess that. But I don't think I'd do it as a challenge, but I feel like I have succeeded in creating a better lifestyle for myself, which I am so happy with. So for me, it's worked. So what is your target weight, and will you continue eating healthy / fitness once you achieve your goal? So this question, I feel like, is one of the things as to probably one of the reasons why I did this in the first place. So I don't have a target weight. I really don't. I don't think I've kind of moved away from having targets, because I don't think that if I were to set a target for a certain weight, I just know that something wouldn't be right once I got there, and then the target would change and I'd want to lose another stone, or like, you can never predict what you're going to look or feel like once you reach a target weight. So I kind of think that targets in terms of weight, I don't think it's relevant. I really don't. I kind of, in terms of targets, for me, it's more about putting on a couple more pounds on my weights when I'm going and doing weight training. And then, will you continue eating healthy and fitness once you achieve your goal? I mean, yes, of course. I think because, like I've said so many times already, that this is a lifestyle for me now. So like, I think it would be a bit silly for me to set like a goal or do this challenge to then revert back to the way I was living beforehand. It kind of defeats the point. So yeah, I'm going to be carrying on with as much as I can. So this one is actually quite I've had this message quite a few times about like working and stuff. So this one's, do you think someone working a busy job 12 hours 5 days a week would be able to do it? So as you guys will probably know if you've seen my other videos, I've just fairly recently got a job in community care. I work 16-hour shifts doing that 3 times a week. It really depends on how determined you are, if I'm honest. I think what I've found that is, if I want to go to the gym after a long shift, I don't let myself sit down before I get changed, or I'll like take my stuff in the bag and go straight from there. So I think it really depends. I think it is achievable. I've seen people do 75 hard who have worked, long shifts and stuff. So I think it really, I don't know, it just depends. It's up to you. It really is up to you as to whether you think you will do it. And if you put yourself in the mindset of, yes, I can and I will do this, then I think you're more likely to actually just do it. So I guess... but everybody's so different. I think the great thing, what am I trying to say? The great thing about the 75 soft challenge is I feel like you can just adapt it to however your lifestyle is. Just because there are certain rules that I followed that I found on the internet, I've seen people do it so different to me. So for example, I've seen someone who has gone from doing no exercise whatsoever, eating really unhealthy, and then they decided that actually they're going to change the rules where they're actually just going to exercise 3 times a week and they're going to eat better 4 times a week. And then as the weeks go on, or as the days goes on, they've increased that. So then it's kind of like a gradual like domino effect of getting yourself to that point. And then I guess once you're in those habits, you could maybe start and try and do the full like 6 days a week exercising. And do you know what I mean? I think in terms of the challenge, yes, there are certain rules, but just adapt it. If you don't think that it's something achievable for you, then adapt it so that it is. When did you start to feel a difference in your body shape yourself? Do you know, funnily enough, I think it was pretty much after like 2 weeks. It wasn't long at all that I noticed. I think because I just started to feel less bloated, and I guess that's what they call water weight. I don't know. I honestly noticed pretty quickly some changes in my body because I did go to the gym quite a lot before, but not this intensely. And I also started doing a lot more cardio than I had before. Doing cardio alongside strength training has changed my body composition in a way that I've never seen it before. So previously, when I'd lost weight and things, I'd done a lot of cardio and I'd had a very, very restrictive diet. And yes, I'd lost a lot of weight, but it wasn't, I don't know how to explain it. Like the shape of my body is something that I've not seen before. In all the other times that I've lost weight, I've never changed my body this way. And I think that is to do with the strength training. Yeah, and that was pretty quick, if I'm honest. Obviously, it will be different for everybody, but that was just how it was for me. There's a lot of questions asking about what rules I would continue with, and I think I've kind of already answered that, but I think I will probably continue with everything except the reading. Not to say that I'm going to go to the gym 6 days a week. Now that I've got my like routine and stuff, I'm just going to go as much as I can. If it's like, if I get home from work one day and I've already had a rest day that week, but I'm knackered, then I'm just not going to go. Do you know what I mean? But I'll just go to the gym when I can. I don't see it as like I have to go. I just see it as something that I enjoy now, because I think one of the main things is finding something that you love. So find that class, like try, if you're a member of a gym that does classes, go to some classes, you know, try something out for once, because what's the worst that can happen? You didn't like it. It probably lasted about 45 minutes and then you'd never have to go to that one again. Go to a different class, see whether you like that one, and so on and so forth. I very much tried that throughout this challenge, very quickly really liked the body combat class. Also went to Zumba, went to step, went to body conditioning, hated body conditioning, might I add. But once you find that class that you get a little bit addicted to, or that workout that you get a little bit addicted to, then that's how it becomes easy, like less of a chore, because you want to go and do that thing. The most commonly asked question, how much weight did I lose? So many people have asked this throughout the challenge, all the way through, basically, asking how much weight I've lost. So I will put up my before and after photo right now. So on the left, I mean, it says there, but on the left is 75 days ago, and then on the right is now. That right-hand photo is from when I was on my period, so kind of inaccurate, kind of accurate, I don't know. It's not the best I've looked, but it's still better than the before. In terms of weight, let me work this out, because I did weigh myself on the very first day, and then I weighed myself on that morning that I took the photo, which was after my period. So in total, I have lost, hang on, I need a calculator, this is terrible, the suspense. I've lost 19 pounds, which I think's great. 19 pounds, and how much does 19 pounds convert to in stones? So stones 14, 1 stone and 5 pounds, which I guess, you know, some people might think that's not very much in 75 days, but for me personally, that it's a step in the right direction. It doesn't matter how many pounds I've lost on the scale. To me, it's about how I feel, and I feel great. I honestly feel great. And to me, that's all that matters. Like, I am happy with the way that things are going in my life. I am happy with the way I'm eating, the way I'm exercising, the way I've got a routine in now. And I just don't think about it anymore. I really don't think about the fact that, you know, I have to go to the gym one day, because it's just part of my routine. And I guess that's kind of what I've been striving for years. Years and years. I've been doing calorie counting, going to diet clubs, you know, all things which have made me lose weight in the short term. But this is a long-term thing. I can just tell, and I'm really happy about that, and I don't really know what else to say about this now, but I hope that you've enjoyed this series. I think it's been a challenge for me filming it. I kind of wish that I hadn't filmed it the way I did. Of course I would have brought you along with it whichever way, but I kind of wish that I'd filmed the whole series and then put them up, because I don't know, there was just something not right with the way that I was doing it weekly. It was a lot. It was a lot of filming, not a single day where I didn't have a camera on my face. Well, I say not a single day because I did kind of stop filming near the end. It's just not how I would have it's not how I wanted to do this. So I do apologise for kind of the lack of food and exercise content in the past, like, maybe 3 weeks. This is just, yeah, I'm happy that I finished the challenge. I'm going to continue with as much as I can. I'm just happy. If you guys are on this challenge, let me know how it's going, because I'm just so excited for people to kind of learn that there is a different side to food and exercise. That doesn't have to be obsessive. It doesn't have to be, you know, rigid. And I think one of the main lessons that I've learned in terms of weight loss, you don't have to count calories. You don't have to join diet clubs and count sins and this, that and the other. At the end of the day, what I realised was, after years and years of calorie counting, counting sins, healthy A's, healthy B's, this and that and the other, one thing that I would say that I've learned from all of that is that we know what's good for us and we know what's bad for us. I would say that probably quite a few days throughout this whole challenge, I've maybe gone over what my recommended calories would be to be in a deficit, but that was compensated by another day where I just wasn't that hungry. It's really hard to explain how to get into this mindset, but we can't be consumed by calorie counting for our entire lives. It's miserable. It really is miserable. If I could click my fingers and just get rid of diet culture, then I would, because I just think it's so toxic. It's a much happier and healthier place to be when you just eat a balanced diet. You don't have to weigh everything. I mean, don't get me wrong, I weigh some things just because, like, well, I don't even know why, if I'm honest. I think it's probably habit. But, like, you know, you don't have to. You really don't. You know what's good for you, you know what's not so good for you, and just work it out from there. It's really freeing to get into this mind space, believe me. And I really hope that you guys have learned a little bit from me throughout this challenge. Yeah, I think I'm going to round this off here because I don't really know what else to say, and I feel like I'm rambling on a little bit. But thank you so much for watching this series. If you've watched all the way through, or even if you're just joining me on this video, thank you so much. Your continued support is just it makes my heart hurt in the best way. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to end this video here. I really hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. Go hit the subscribe button, all that good stuff. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
Baby, let me love you, let me love you, let me love you, let me love you.